You look at last year's team, a lot of power, a lot of speed, a little bit of everything. What's the mix this year, at least in the preseason?
Well, we've had a very interesting mix. We have a very fast team again this year, and I think the key is going to be driving in those runs. We have very fast people that are going to get on base, and I think we're going to be a good base running team. So if we can have people that can drive in those runs, and hopefully I can help aid that as well this year. So I think that's going to be key for us on the offensive side.
Defensively, a lot of people in different places this year. Outfield to infield, and catchers do this and that. What do you think about the defense?
The defense is going to be a big part of our game. I think the first couple weeks figuring out where everybody's comfortable with and where everybody is a good mesh and who plays together and who talks well together. So I think figuring out who really needs to play where and kind of getting all the jitters out the first couple weekends. And I'm excited to settle in to a defensive lineup that we can depend on and look to the season.
When we see Rachel, we see someone maybe different than what you see. What kind of a coach is she behind the scenes? Because she said in the fall she couldn't yell at you. You guys kept winning, and that was something of a surprise for her.
She does great behind the scenes. What you see of her, it's a good representation of her. She isn't afraid to get on you when you do bad, but she's going to celebrate you when you do good. So she's always encouraging us to be the best people that we can be on and off the field. So I'm excited to get this season started with her and get the team together this season.
What's the one area of this team that will come out of nowhere that no one saw coming? That last year, maybe it was this, or is that this year? What is it, you think?
I think having people step up and fill some shoes that really we have been depending on in the last couple of years. Katie Reed, Jenny Shaper, Abby Cheek were all big names and big faces in our lineup for the last 4 years. So having some freshmen, sophomores, and even like our senior class step up and fill those shoes, and I think that it's going to be really important for our team production this year.
Is there anything you guys are looking to focus on specifically or improve on when going down to Florida soon?
Like I said before, it's first game mentality. So each moment, this year we've really focused on staying in the moment, which is so small when you think about it. It's also something you can get away from yourself. So we're really focusing on staying in the moment, each pitch at a time, and then each game at a time, which is going to ultimately lead us to where we want to be.
What's the biggest adjustment, you think, this year with a lot of familiar names gone from a year ago? So the adjustment for this team and learning new roles is what you think?
I think it is just roles and knowing that we get this every year. And I used an example my freshman year coming in when Katie had moved over to shortstop and left second base. And I came in as a freshman trying to be Katie Reed at second base. And I learned very quickly that I am not Katie Reed. I'm also 6 foot tall, and I didn't play hockey as a child, so I'm not Katie. But learning that early was so important for my career personally, and I think that's what's going to matter for the team is knowing your role and who you are as a person, that nobody is ever going to be Abby Cheek. Nobody is ever going to be Jenny Shaper. Nobody is ever going to be Katie Reed. And as soon as you find out who you are and be the person that you are on the field and what you can bring to the team is when we're going to have the most success.
Overall thoughts on some of the newcomers coming in that you saw for the fall?
The fall was unbelievable with the newcomers, especially like Coach Lawson said, the sophomore class and the freshman class now. We, for the first time, which is kind of funny, we were undefeated in the fall, which is, like I said, really funny, but it meant so much because the freshmen coming in with the pitching staff and Riley coming up and just we had no idea what to expect from the freshman class. And then they came and produced majorly. And the sophomore class as well came back from the fall. Their numbers in the weight room and on the field and what they're doing hitting-wise, it's all changing. And I think that is what's going to be really important this year, is seeing how everybody is evolving so fast.
I would just like to thank them for all their support last year and let them know that it really does mean a lot. It's always different being in the stands and then finally getting to play for the people in the stands, and that's like one of the best things ever. Is we don't always necessarily play to make us happy, but we very much enjoy it when we play and make them happy as well. So it's really awesome.
When Coach Lawson says that your goal this year is to be a top 8 national seed, is it realistic to say that for the University of Kentucky team, every year Oklahoma City is a destination now?
Oh, absolutely. I don't believe that there's anything that's too far out of reach for our team. The first step to reaching a goal is to set a goal. So if you don't set your goals high, then it's not really a goal if it's not hard to achieve. So
Good luck to you.
thank you.
So you back left and you throw right. What's your I assume right-handed is your primary hand?
Yes, I started off right-handed, and then when I was younger, I switched over to the left side when I started getting a little more fast, a little quicker, and wasn't necessarily a power hitter on the right side. And so if I could get base hits on the left side and still be and slap and do what I did on the right side, then it would help me.
We have a lot of depth. We're a little young, but I still think that I'm really excited about what this pitching staff has to offer, just because we do have 7 girls. And if one person's having a bad day, the next person can jump in, and that's just so important. And I think that one thing that's super important about our pitching staff is that whenever someone does have a bad day and the next girl goes in, the girl who's having a bad day just jumps in and comes behind and cheers the next girl on. I think that's really cool that we're able to do that, and that we're able to just put everything else aside for what's better for the TAs.
Can you attest to that?
I can attest to that. It's,
Autumn, what's the one thing that you personally worked on in your game this year?
I've really put a lot of focus on my change of speed. Obviously, I don't throw 70 miles an hour, so I don't have that benefit. But what I can do is I can spin the ball really well, and I can change the speed really well. And I think that's one thing that I'm going to go into this season and try to incorporate into my game.
Every year, it seems like the fans have come out more and more, supported you guys. What do you want to say to them this year? What excitement do you want to generate among Big Blue Nation?
Let me tell you, we love the BBN, we love the support, and we just wouldn't be here without them. And so ultimately, we're here to play for you guys, and we're just so thankful that you guys come to all of our games, and we just wouldn't be here without you. So thank you.